So this is the one from Troma that I had not heard much about. Last year when I got the MVD slash Troma big sale that they had, I purchased this along with a bunch of other ones. It was pretty cheap, but it's called Bugs. They're urban, they're vermin, and they exterminate you. So this thing here, to me, is something that had a lot of potential that seems like it kind of fell a little bit short. It actually feels like they made the movie, then realized that maybe they need to go back down a little bit extra. So the movie starts off with like these people telling the scientists telling these other scientists about, this bug spray or whatever it is that we have here that ends up turning into these little bugs into gigantic bugs. And they tell the backstory of the doctor that did it and what happened to him. Then those two guys that are supposed to be hauling the stuff, they start to haul it and it gets mixed up. And the exterminators that are supposed to be exterminating this girl's house, they get rid of a couple of bugs, end up spraying them with this gas that basically mutates them into bigger bugs. So that is the plot, which should have been fun. Should have been balls to the wall. Was hoping for a lot of gore. Was hoping for a lot of that type of stuff, and there is some gore, but primarily, I think all the budget probably went to these bugs because the bugs do look pretty cool, but they don't do enough. They look great. They got weird eyes. They move around. Lloyd Kaufman mentions how much money it costs to make them in the intro. So yeah, it's definitely that's where the money went. There is some pretty cool gags here. There's some moments where it's pretty like black humor, dark humor. Not to be confused with the fact that it's African American cast, which Lloyd loves pointing out at the start of that in the intro. But at one point, somebody wants somebody to shoot him in the head, and she goes to fire off camera, and he's like, "No, dear, no, more to the left or more to the right or whatever it is." So there is some pretty fun moments, but all in all, it kind of falls short. I figured it was like save all the good stuff to like the last 20 minutes, and then it would just kick in a lot. But that was just wishful thinking at that point. The effects are good. That's about it. Everything else a little subpar. Some of the movie comes across kind of dry. The humor is a little dry, but it is about 2.5 out of 5. It's middle ground for me. There's what one of the bugs look like with the eyes there. And I'm not sure if they're roaches or if they're like crickets, but they mention both. So yeah, you get the usual extras, retro commentary, Bug and Floyd Kaufman, and Bug creator Ronald Armstrong. 8-legged slideshow trailer and Troma goodies. Back in the old days of Troma DVDs, it always seemed like you were getting a party when you bought a Troma DVD. It was weird. It's like it felt like it was just something cool to have at times. So yeah, when I was a kid and I used to buy stuff at Hastings and stuff, I used to go for the Troma stuff because it always felt like cool. Whereas stuff like Blue Underground stuff almost felt like stuff that felt kind of dirty, like stuff maybe you shouldn't have. Troma just felt like maybe sort of kind of like that, but nonetheless kind of felt more like, oh, well, this is going to be fun. And could be fun to some people, but I would have liked a little more gore than what we got. So I can only say it's about middle of the road. But Bugged is probably worth a watch. It looks pretty rough, but I don't know if we'll ever get another version, a remastered version of it. But the effects are worth seeing. It's just pretty low and pretty slow and drags out to get to it.